This is section 2.1 on complex numbers. Checkpoint 1, perform the indicated operations, writing the result in standard form. So let's add the real parts, and we add the imaginary parts. Let's subtract the real parts, and subtract the imaginary. So 6 minus -1 is 7i. Find the products. Let's distribute 7i through. That's 14i minus 63i squared, but I squared is -1. So that's 14i plus 63. And we usually write the real part first. There's the complex number. Find the products. Let's FOIL. So 5 times 6 is 30. Outside is minus 35i. Inside is 24i. And last is negative 28i squared. But remember, I squared is -1. So 30, now that's going to be plus 28, is 58. And we have minus 11i. Divide and express the result in standard form. Let's multiply the top and bottom by the conjugate of the denominator, which is 4 plus i. So let's FOIL. 20. Outside is plus 5i. Inside is 16i. And last is 4i squared. And that's all over. When we FOIL the bottom, that's 16. And then you get plus 4i, then minus 4i, then minus i squared. So 20 minus 4, because remember I squared is -1, is 16. Oh, yeah. And then 5 plus 16 is 21i. And that's all over 16 plus 1, which is 17. So 16 17ths plus 21 17ths I. Perform the indicated operations and write the result in standard form. So this is 9 and 3. So we have 3i, because the square root of 9 is 3. This is negative. Square root of 3 plus 4, let's see, 4 and 2 and 20, no, not 2 and 24. I need a 3 in there. 3 and 16. All right, so 16 and 3. So 4i square root of 3 is 7i square root of 3. Let's FOIL this. Well, let's do it like this. Let's FOIL the -2 plus I squared of 3. -2 plus I squared of 3. Let's do it like that. So 4 minus 2I squared of 3 minus 2I squared of 3. And then last is plus I squared times 3. Because square root of 3 times square root of 3 is 3. Well, that's 4 minus 3, that's 1, minus 4i squared of 3. Perform, all right, so this is negative 14 plus 2i squared of 3, because 12 is 4 times 3. The perfect square in there is 4. Square root of 4 is 2 over 2. So negative 7 plus I squared of 3. So you can divide this one by 2, divide that one by 2. Solve using the quadratic formula. So x is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So 2 plus or minus, let's see, 4 minus 8 is negative 4 over 2. So 2 plus or minus 2i, square root of 4 is 2, but it's negative, over 2. And then what you can do is you can really do common denominators, what's going on, but you can factor out a 2 on top and cancel with the 2 on the bottom. So you end up with 1 plus or minus I. Add or subtract, you have to do number 1, so we'll probably do number 2 in class. Negative 2 plus 4 is 2. 6 minus 1 is 5. So add the real part, add the imaginary part. Well, this is real here, so 6 minus, oh, I guess I should do this one. Let's do number 6. So 7 minus negative 9 is 16, and then plus 17. 16 was at 33. So the real parts end up being 33. Then you have negative 2i minus a negative I. That's negative 2 plus 1. So minus 1, so minus I. Oh, let's do number 10. So we have negative 16i squared plus 56i. So that's going to be 16 plus 56i, because we can replace this with negative 1, and negative 16 times negative 1 is positive 16. Let's FOIL here. So 4, negative 14i, positive 14i. See, these are conjugates of each other. 2 plus 7i, 2 minus 7i, they're conjugates. So these two middle ones are going to cancel out. So then minus 49i squared, which will end up being plus 49, because I squared is negative 1. So 4 plus 49 is 53. 53, final answer for that one. Let's do 20. 5 minus 2i. 5 minus 2i. And we're going to FOIL. So let's see. Can I not extend this page? No, I guess it's how it is now. That's okay. So 25 minus 10i minus 10i, but then plus 4i squared. So 25 minus 4 is 21 minus 10i. Next exercise 21 and 28, divide and express the result in standard form. So let's do 26. Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. 3 minus 2i and 3 minus 2i. That's negative 18i plus 12i squared when we distribute the negative 6i. So this is going to be 9. The two middle ones will cancel each other out, negative 6i and positive 6i. Then the last is minus 4i squared. So negative 18i minus 12 over, that's actually 9 plus 4, over 13. And the only thing I would do different here is maybe put the real part first. And then if they want it in standard form, that's negative 12 thirteenths minus 18 thirteenths I. That's just using common denominator. (36) is very similar to 35. So negative 2 plus I squared 11. Negative 2 plus I squared 11. So not only is this squared, but let's take that negative out of the radical and make it an I. So we got 4 minus 2 is minus 4i squared of 11, and then plus I squared times 11. So that's what you get when you multiply those two together. I times I being I squared, and then the square roots go away. So 4, this will be minus 11, so negative 7 minus 4i squared of 11. How about a little distributive property? This we should write as 2i squared of 3, that's 12, because the perfect square in there is 4, times 2i, and then minus square root of 2. So we have 4i squared times the square root of 3, and then when we distribute that to this one, then we have minus 2i squared root of 6. Square root of 3 times square root of 2 is square root of 6. Now this becomes negative 4. So negative 4 square root of 3, and then not much we can do with this one at all. 2i square root of 6. Solve each quadratic equation using the quadratic formula. Express solution in standard form. How about, let's go with 46 here. X equals 2 plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2a. So 2 plus or minus square root of, let's see, 17 times 4, 28, 2, 68, 4 minus 68 is negative 64 over 2. But that's 2 plus or minus 8i over 2. And then we can divide each of them by 2. 1 plus or minus 4i. Perform the indicated operations and write the result in standard form. You're supposed to do number 51. Let's do 52. So 16 minus 8i plus 18i is plus 10i. And then minus 9i squared. And we're supposed to minus this. So 1 We got plus I and minus I, those cancel, and we have minus I squared. So 16, we get 16 there. We get 16 plus 9, that's going to be plus 9, and then minus 1, so minus 1. So 25, 24, so that's the real parts. That becomes real with I squared. Oh, I have I squared here. Let's back up, back up, back up. Can I undo all this? I want to undo all this. Ooh, okay, right there. Real, and this is actually minus 1 minus negative 1 is 2. So we're really just minusing 2. So 16 plus 9 is 25, minus 2 is 23. And then the only real part we have left is plus 10i. There we go. There we go.